Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Apothecary Diaries Season 2 Episode 19 reaction. Okay, the previous episode, quite a few things happened. First and foremost, Jinshi exposed Lolan to be Shisui. Like kind of, he realized and he went and he saw that there's a lot of body doubles she has. And all the new ladies in waiting that she brought, all of them like literally look the same and they can easily switch in and out with her. So that was revealed. It was also revealed that Shenlu, yeah, I think that was her name. She was also a victim of the previous emperor, and she kind of recognized Jinshi, and that whole section happened. Now all these things are happening. In the end, there was Lahan also bringing up the point that a lot of the um, expenditures have increased, like expenditure of grains, iron, and all that. So these things were shown. Also, it was brought to my attention that apparently the whole Shisui Lolan Suide situation that is going on is not as simple. Like there's a lot of complicated family, like complications going on, and I kind of understood what's going on briefly. Like it wasn't as simple as I thought, so I'm not going to repeat it here. It's in the previous episode's comment section if you want to read, but it's a bit complicated. That's why I don't want to repeat it and mess up. So I'm just going to wait for if the show reveals something or if the show gives more hints in that section. Like it is true that obviously like Shisui and Suide are sisters, but it's not as simple as I thought. Like it's a bit like they are sisters, but at the same time, it's a bit like roundabout in a roundabout way. So yeah, I'm just gonna wait for the anime to do what it does and maybe reveal more about them. So let's see what happens. Let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever user preference, and let's get started. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Like there's one misconception I had, which is I thought Taiho's daughter, who wasn't accepted, was Shisui. But turns out that's not the case. That's the misunderstanding that I had. And in the comment section, it was they like in the comment section, it was clarified to me. Taiho's daughter, who was not accepted, was the one who is the mother of, I think, Suire. So like that's why I say it's a bit more complicated, but they are still sisters at the end of the day. Okay. She painted it. Okay. Green. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Hmm. Oh, the what was it called? Yeah, the ornament. No, Jinshi gave. Oh, I just realized something. Since they'll be wearing masks. No, like I said, since they will be wearing masks, I think somehow Jinshi and someone will come here. They cannot recognize them because they're on the mask, but they'll recognize her with the hairpin. Yeah, because they won't be able to recognize them because all of them will be wearing masks. But the hairpin, okay. Yeah, you're right. Oh, interesting. What? Hmm. Hey. What? Okay, interesting. Oh, Holo. Group of people. Oh. Oh, damn. Hmm. Oh. Oh, that's why the red and the green. Newcomer settled in on the colors of the ring. Wait, so her is green. What? Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, that's why red and green. Oh, colorblind. Okay. People wonder. Yes. Right. Okay. Interesting. Oh. What? Oh, so that's it for the mask. We're not going to wear it anymore. Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, Mama's plump and yummy. Yeah. Good God, the frog trauma. Uh, yeah. Nah, man, that is okay. Oh, that is that kid, right? Oh. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. What's happening here? Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. I was. Oh yeah. True. Oh, so do it like I see. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, Mama didn't know that. Maybe something related to his mother. Hmm. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. This is how the. Hmm. Oh yeah, a lot of them like falls in the water, so they don't burn properly, I guess. Yeah. Eat the next harvest. Hmm. Oh. What? Oh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot about that completely. Yeah. Hmm. Oh, what makes it? That's why he's more. She's. Bruh. Foreigners. Oh my God. Yeah, that's why. I see. Oh boy. Yeah, she. Neither of you have friends. Hmm. Yeah, we still don't know about that. Like, what? Why are we? Hmm. Oh, are those all information? Oh, well, she has her books. I think she's content. She's content in reading this. Oh my God. Yeah, you. Who? Uh, Another new name. Jimmy. Hmm. Oh yeah. Okay. I thought you dropped it or something. Oh wow. Yeah. It might come back. Oh my God. Yeah. Hmm. Does what? Is she talking about? Wait. So what? Wait. She's talking about Shisho's Shisho's wife. That's her mother, right? Yeah. Why would she? Okay. Oh damn. So she's like at a elevated place. Rises on her. Hmm. Oh God. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Bruh. Wow. Wait, what? There's like a secret. Yeah, there's a secret passage behind a bookshelf? Good God. Oh. Oh, damn. I doubt that. It should be reverse, right? Yeah. Oh, really? Wait, so someone's just there with the. Finite supply of. Oh! They. Right, so they tested on the. Good God, this kid. Oh boy. Yeah, so basically the stuff you need for making. Wait, what the? Oh, right. Yeah. Okay, don't touch stuff, please. Like, metal tubes. So, wait. Oh my God. Oh! Okay. Oh no. Oh, this lady. She's in the opening. So that's Shenmei. Oh, the inverts are also here. One of them, Ayla. Oh no! She knows. She knows. Hey! Dodge! Or whatever. I don't know. Good lord. Yeah. So she's like the mastermind, I guess you could say. Okay, here's the thing. So she supposed to be Suire's mother? I don't know. I'm just like throwing it out. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. But I might be completely wrong. Like I said, okay, you know what? In the discussion section, I'll talk about it. Okay, you know what? Like, let me talk about it now. Um, like I said in the previous video, in the comment section, someone clarified me about the fact I was under a heavy misconception. I thought um, Taiho's daughter, who wasn't expected, was Suire. But it was brought to my attention that that would make no sense because, like, and yeah, like, because she's supposed to be like in the generation of the previous emperor. So the age is not like matching. So apparently, or I think, as it was explained to me, Taiho's daughter who wasn't accepted was the one who had a kid with Shisho, which was uh, Suide. Okay. So yeah, let me say this again. So Taiho, her daughter who was not accepted is supposed to be the person um who later had a daughter with Shisho, which was Suire. And Shisho's wife, daughter, is obviously Lolan slash Shisui. So, something like that. So, if, like I said, I was under misconception. I thought that Taiho's daughter was supposed to be Suire. But there's another person in the middle over there. This person who's in the middle, I think this person who is supposed to be Shisui's Suire's mother is, I think, this lady. What was her name? Wait a minute. Wait, what? A minute. Let me try to find it again. Just a minute. Shen Mei. Okay. So I think that is Shen Mei. So yeah, that would make sense. But like I said, I'm not sure. I'm just throwing it out there. Next episode we'll probably get more information. But if she's supposed to be Suide's mother, and I think she's the one who's mistreating Shishui as well. She called her mother. So I was kind of confused there. I was like, wait, mother? So, like, by mother, I was assuming Shisho's wife, like her original mother. But I don't know, that just doesn't make any sense. Why would her original mother, like, tell her to, like, make her do manual labor? I don't understand. She's supposed to be like kind of a princess, right? So, you know what? Again, yeah. Let's just wait. I'm just thinking. I'm just like speculating here. I might be completely wrong. It might be just her original mother that is the one who's mistreating her. As she said, like she beat me or something. You know. So yeah, let's just wait. I think like in a few more episodes we'll get every single information and everything will be clear. But yeah, for now I'm just going to keep this in my head that there's a possibility Shenmei might be uh, Suire's mother, or might not be. Who knows? Maybe she's some random lady. Yeah. So let's just wait and see. Okay. Now, so yeah, so basically, so this is what's happening here. Here we have the whole operation going on. Well, like they made the Feifas. The envoys obviously are also kind of connected to this, I guess. And all these things. Now, now I'm thinking why? Why are they doing all of this? I'm assuming it's because of what? Wait a minute. Uh, okay, I'm not going to say anything here because there's a few things that I'm thinking, but I might be wrong. I'm not just going to, yeah, because I'm not really that much clear about it. Let's just wait. Mama herself is pretty confused as to why she's here, like what's happening, why are what are they even trying to do. So I think we'll get an explanation very soon. I don't need to like deduce it here. So but it's obviously it definitely has something to do with grudge against the royal family or something, because otherwise why would they try to kill, yeah, like maybe they're trying to like seize power or something, like a coup. Because I think is Shisho involved in this? I don't know. Like they did kind of hint that Shisho's involved in this, but then Shisho suddenly just disappeared. So now we don't know what the hell is going on with him. So like yeah, if they're trying to do this like to seize power from the royal family, or I don't know, like something like that, like yeah, that might be the case. Who knows? But yeah, let's wait and see. Because yeah, they're just doing a whole as operation here, like with the Feifas and everything. And yeah, they're just planning to take out Jinshi, or like as he is known, the younger brother of the current emperor. So yeah, all that stuff. So you know what? Let's just wait. There's still a few points that are kind of confusing me. So I'm not just going to say anything here. I'm just going to wait for the next few episodes, and it'll probably clarify my doubts, because all these answers will will definitely be addressed in the upcoming few episodes. I hope so. I'm sure of it. Like otherwise, I don't see the story progressing unless and until they explain everything. Okay. So right now, a few other interesting things in today's episode. For example, the color blindness thing. So like the Shisui is also one of the like she can also not see properly. I guess that's why like the green thing, and I guess they kind of explained how a lot of the males here are have the green thing. So I remember them kind of explaining how in that episode, with the maze, not maze, but that episode with the doors and everything, they explained how obviously like the what's her name, the empress, like empress, the mother empress. No, I think that's what they called her, right? The emperor mother or something. No, mother emperor. No, God damn it, I'm forgetting. Anyways, like that lady, she kind of made this so that she could like kind of funnel like her bloodline, and make sure that they are the ones who become the emperors, and that's how it goes. And if not, if they are like if there's like if the male heir, if there's no male heir who has the color blindness thing, they would appoint a concubine who would have color blindness. Like that would kind of indicate they're from the same bloodline, so that eventually at the end the heir that they produce is of the same bloodline. So even if it starts getting a little bit like sidetracked, getting the proper concubine and like doing that, like that's why she made it so that if there's some like person who is not able to like get the correct door after multiple tries, if they're not able to get the correct door, they can appoint a concubine who can help him. If with the help of the concubine he's able to do it, that would mean that the concubine has the same blood, like like, and it's like color blindness. So they would then get like obviously have a kid, and it'll continue like that. So a lot of them, a lot of the people, like, so this was the village where all of the like the people from west, they came in, and like so all those things happened. And so a lot of the people here have the same blood, and that's why the green color, she is also one of them. um like she has the same blood, like kind of. Okay, so again, correct me if I'm wrong, because there's a lot of things that has been explained in this show. A lot of the things, like it's like this show is a bit complicated. I'm like like I've watched a lot of complicated shows and everything. This show doesn't really confuse you at the beginning, but the amount of information this show has in these barely these few 2 seasons is huge. So I might be misremembering stuff, or like I might be misplacing stuff in my head. So if I've made a mistake or made some kind of a understanding about something, let me know in the comments, correct me in the comments, because good god, this show is crazy. Like like the whole family tree, first and foremost, like completely confuses me sometimes. Sometimes it's very easy to remember, and then sometimes I'm like completely lost in the family tree. And then there's obviously each of them have like their own motivations, each of them have like something that they're trying to do, and it's like all intertwined, and it's just confusing as hell at some points. And I haven't read the manga. I haven't read the manga. I have no clue about any of that. I'm just watching the anime from the get go raw. I'm watching the anime raw. So there's a lot of things that I might not probably understand as good as I should. Yeah. So just let me know in the comments. Right. So that was that. Then we had oh, that warehouse. So there they do the whole, what's her name, Shisui does the whole, what do you call it, the experimentation on the rats. And that is why that small patch of light that constantly comes out in that part of the rice field. And Mamo explains how constant light is also harmful, so the rice at that patch doesn't grow properly. And since the rice doesn't grow properly, a lot of pests, a lot of rats. And so I'm guessing Shisui deliberately did that, made it like that so that she could harvest rat from there, I think. um so she gets the rat from there, experiments with the stuff from there. And yeah, but there's another secret behind that warehouse. Like, when Mamo came in, she just saw all of that. But then when the kid found out the metal pipe, he was like, wait a minute, metal? And went and opened the curtain and realized that they're also doing the whole Feifa thing over here as well, making the Feifas. So yeah, that's another thing. So this whole operation to take out the Jinshi and all that, that originated from here, or not originated, I guess, but this place is kind of involved with that. And this person, oh god, I again forgot her name. Shenmei, right? Yeah, Shenmei. She's like the mastermind, or the person in charge of all of this, I guess you could say. And the envoys are also kind of involved here as well, but yeah. But there's one of the sisters are here. I do wonder if the other sister will come later. Uh, Her name was what? Aisha or Ayla? Something? Wait a minute. Just a minute. Let me see. Special envoy from back then. Ayla. Yeah. Okay. Hmm. Alright, so yeah, there you go. That was that. Now, what else was there in today's episode? Oh, that explanation about, okay, this part. The shrine and the fox god, as they were talking about. The shrines, I'm going to read this part. Shrines up the stairs. You know why the god enshrined here is a fox and considered the god of good harvest? Um, no. This area used to be inhabited by a certain group of people. So here we go. Then a different group came from the different nation from the west. Most of the new villagers chased these newcomers away, but a small number accepted them, right? Westerners had a valuable knowledge: how to enrich the fields, how to get rid of pests. Hmm. I guess some villagers understood the value, yeah, but then others invaded, trying to steal the rich farmland. Okay. As the process repeated, they began moving their village deeper into the forest, quietly, like they were sneaking away. So that's why the village are like in the forest. Like, so this place was the original place, I guess, and then little by little they started shifting it more and more. Okay, so What about this fox god? Fox represent Westerners who brought knowledge and are the ancestors of the village. I hear foxes here are white. The masks were white at first, right? Painted colors on the mask represents how the newcomers settled and took on the colors of the region. Represents how the newcomers settled. Okay, so does the white fox represent pale skin? Hmm. And through intermarriage, colors change. Yeah, and then she's like, wait a minute, this sounds familiar. Um, yeah, where have I heard this before? So she remembers the maze, like, thing. Many of the men here have trouble differentiating colors. There you go. It's rarer in women, yeah, but you know that's why they paint around the eyes in green instead of red. Okay, here's another. I think I already talked about this in one of the previous episodes, on that episode. But color blindness, as they say, is you know what? Let me just recheck. I've forgotten. I read this in science class. But which chromosome? No, which. Okay, you know what? Let's check. Color blindness, X or Y? Which one is okay? Yeah, located on the X chromosome means that the genes for color vision are carried on the X chromosome. The individuals with mutated X chromosome on both copies will experience color blindness. Males are more affected. There you go. Because males only have one X chromosome, single mutated copy of the gene is sufficient. Yeah, and females can be carried. Females can carry single mutated genes on one X chromosome without experiencing color blindness themselves. They can still pass on this mutated gene to the offspring. And the Y chromosome does not carry genes for color vision. Yeah, so yeah, due to X-linked recessive inheritance pattern, color blindness is more common in males than in females, as they only require one copy to express the condition. So yeah, so that is why, since females have XX, I guess both of the X needs to carry the trait. As for that's why it's more rare, while for male one is only required because there's X and Y, and only one X is there. So so that's the scientific explanation for why males have more color blindness than females. And here that's what, obviously they have no idea about science and all that, so they just know it like this, that oh yeah, males, this is more prevalent in males. So wait, another thing I need to check is red color. Do colorblind people cannot see red color? Wait a minute. Color blindness, red color. Red green color blindness, the most common type of color blindness, affects perception of red and green hues. Individuals with this condition struggle to distinguish between these colors, sometimes perceiving them as shades of gray, brown, or mutated versions of their actual colors. Genetic. Oh, here we go. People with protanopia are unable to perceive any red light. Those with deuteranopia are unable to perceive green light, and those with tritanopia are unable to perceive blue light. People with both red and green deficiencies live in a world murky with murky greens where blues and yellow stand out. Right. Okay, so that is why I was thinking, I was like, so they can distinguish between green color but not red. So I guess different, like so green, I'm assuming like most people here have this deuteranopia, unable, no, not this, sorry, protanopia, unable to perceive any red light. So that is why Shishui's one is green, and a lot of other males here have green because they cannot distinguish red color, I guess. Right. Something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Um, and yeah, so that's why they paint around their eyes in green instead of red. There you go. And this is why Mao then realizes. Mama's like, yeah, she's sweet too. The mother royal, okay, mother royal, that's the name, who came to the city, the people of the white fox who built a hidden village deep in the forest. They must both have been from the same group of people who came from the west. Yeah, there you go. That was pretty obvious after they explained the whole thing. Um, so right, but yeah, I still don't know. I still cannot figure out like what, like as Mama said in today's episode. What is the end goal of this? Like I think it's kind of understand now. We can kind of understand what's going on because of the whole like FIFA thing that we saw. So this basically this is like a hub operation for like for like making. I'm pretty sure most of the villages have no clue about what's going on over here. Um, and a few, very few of them probably knows about this. Assuming Shisui say and Suide, they also know about it, and like these guys have some kind of a goal and some kind of a grudge against the royal family, and that's why like all of these things are going on. Now I do wonder. There's another question that was all constantly asked: why is Mao Mao here? Why did they bring Mao Mao over here? My guess would be like the most simplest thing you can think of is that because Mamo kind of figured out what's going on, that's why they were like, oh, let's bring her with us. Maybe that. Or, but no, if that was the case, why was Shisui trying to fake her involvement in this? If you remember, at the beginning, Shisui was also acting as if she was also being kidnapped. So she wanted to keep Mao Mao in the dark about her involvement in this, and I don't know, was she like trying to fake, was she trying to like fake her death or something? Why I'm saying fake her death is because I'm thinking what she would have done if Mama didn't realize her involvement in this is that she would act as if she's being kidnapped. She would go there and she would like separate from Mama and then never come in front of her again. You know, something like I think she was like thinking of disappearing from her sight, and completely because if you remember, Shisui had no plan in revealing herself to Mao Mao, but because of the cat and all that thing, she had to come. So now again, I think she was trying to kind of fade away, and because she also told her like her ladies in waiting that I will never come back here. So she's planning on staying here or like completely separating from the royal family. Something is going on here, and she was also planning on doing the same thing to Mama. She probably wanted you know Mama to be safe by the end of it. So if Mama was safe at the end, she would make sure that she fades away from and like completely fades away from Mao Mao's like thing, and kind of like just make it so that Mao Mao thinks that, oh, Shishu was kidnapped here, and then they just took her somewhere and just sold her off or something like that. Something that would completely like take her existence out, and she could like kind of fake her whole like like thing. Maybe that was her plan. But since Mama realized with the whole snake thing that Shisui and Suire, like they're sisters, they're connected, Shisui couldn't do that because now that the whole like ruse is up, like yeah, Mama would automatically realize that they're planning something, and this is Shisui is also in on this. So that's why maybe she decided to stick with her, because now that the cat is out of the bag, she there's no point in trying to fake her disappearance or fake her death in front of Mao Mao because it wouldn't work. Um, so yeah, maybe that's why. Maybe they brought Mao Mao here for some kind of an operation that will be happening later in the royal family, and they don't want Mao Mao to like talk to them or like like kind of tell them about what's happening, and that's why they took her. Also, I feel like Shisui probably wanted to keep Mao Mao safe for the time being, for whatever they're planning on doing in the royal family. Maybe if Mama stayed there, she would be in danger as well. Because Shisui is quite friendly with Mama. They're good friends now. So I think she would try to keep her somewhere safe, just in case. And this is a place where she decided to bring her, and maybe something like that. I don't know. You know what? Let's wait and see. Because yeah, they are definitely planning something. We don't know what it is. Like, but with the revelation that the Feifa, they're making the Feifa over there and all that. Yeah. All right. So there you go. That was another thing that I wanted to talk about. And other than that, yeah, I think there wasn't anything else in today's episode. Um, right. That was it. Anyways, next episode, I guess we'll get to know more about this new character, Shenmei. Yeah. So there you go. That was my reaction, my overall impression for today's episode. Now let me talk about this episode scene by scene. In the very first scene, we get to see okay, Mao Mao is like painted her mask. Shisui also painted her mask, but in green color. And she's like, wait, why did you paint it green? Oh no, she didn't ask her anything about it. She just was thinking that she was just thinking that, oh, like she painted her in green, and she calls her Tanuki instead of a frog. Uh, okay, so then Mao like she ties Mao hair up, and she's like, oh, let me just like tie your hair up, and she's like, oh, I do have a hairpin, so she gives the hairpin, Jinshi's hairpin, and you can see here, Shisui says that, oh, can I get this hairpin? Here we go. If I asked, would you give it to me? And then Mama's like, oh, Jinshi's gonna pout. She's like, no. Okay, anyways, that was that. And then she ties her hair up and wait, I think Shisui also gives her one of her hairpins, right? But when does that happen? Later or does it happen now? Wait a minute. Oh no, that happens later, I think. Okay, not now. Alright, so yeah. So she's like, alright, let's go. So they go out at the night and with all the masked people, like they're wearing, and they're thinking like it's like a group of like fox like walking towards the shrine. But I'm accompanied by a green tanuki. And then there's the grasshoppers, and she took one of the lantern like fruits and like ate it, and Mama kind of warned her. She was like, oh, like this is kind of poisonous. And she's like, yeah, I know. And then she just spit it out. Okay, I don't understand this, but why is she eating stuff and then spitting them out? She does the same thing with the grasshopper. I guess it just, yeah, I don't think that's that much important, right? I don't know. um yeah, she just spit it out, and Mama's like gross. And does she have some kind of a, no, I don't know. I was thinking maybe she has something like some kind of a taste disorder as well, or something. Maybe that's why she always puts things in her mouth to. You know what? No, like, yeah, I doubt that's the case. But anyways, but she does that later on as well, if you remember. When a grasshopper gets in her mouth, and she does. Yeah, but I guess anyone who doesn't like to eat something like it comes. But I don't know. I just feel like there's a bigger significance in that scene. I don't know why. I just look at every single scene in this show in such scrutiny. Maybe there's something very normal happening, and I'm like, oh, maybe there's something behind it. Maybe not. Maybe it's just, yeah, like that. But I don't know. I just get the feeling that her spitting stuff out is some kind of significance to something that I'm not understanding, and we'll get to know later. Anyways, well, let's just wait. Let's not go into another conspiracy, oh boy, another, like detective work. Let's not start another detective work here. Okay, so then we have Shisui talking about the village and how the people who came here came from the west. The whole story, she kind of explains how people didn't accept them, but a few of them accepted them, and they taught them how to do, like, give them a lot of tips and tricks on how to properly farm and make the, like, the yield more, keep the protected from pests. And then they got attacked for that. That's why little by little they started shifting their village into the forest. And there you go. Now this is also where Mama realizes the fact that the Empress Royal, her group of people that came here, and these people, they're the same. And so this is the story that she got to know. before, like she's actually seeing the people here. uh, and then also the color blindness thing she realizes, that's why the green color. So Shishu is also someone who's colorblind. So there you go. Then after that they put out away the masks, and they said like the previous year's mask will be burned this year's mask will be burned next year. So now they all go off to, in the little carnival that they're having. And Mamo gets some chicken skewers. She wanted to have some locusts, I think. Yeah. Mamo didn't want to eat frog because of her trauma with frog. Not trauma. I would more say that Jinshi has trauma with frogs, not her. Oh boy. Anyways, yeah, and then we have Shisui, and again, like a grasshopper comes in the mouth, just spits it out, and yeah. Then we have the whole section. Okay, she talks about how the kid, like who's there, like acts as the god, and how that's like a nice memory. Again, this part, there's so many sections in Shisui's words that are so, I don't know. It seems like she has some deeper meaning when she says something about it makes for a good memory. I just got a weird vibe from that statement, as if like like people here are going to die or something. I just got that vibe. Like, why would she say something like that in that way? Or maybe she was thinking something about herself. Maybe she was relating about her own experience or something like. Anyways, so after that they go at the backside, and there's few children who were talking about the rice not being good. Mama gives them her rice thing, and this is also where Mama got to know that on that side there's like a place where like the rice is not properly, like there like happens, and they that person who's in charge of that gives them the bad rice. So this is where they get to know about that, and then we go to the section when they're going to burn the masks. And this is also where the kid tells Mama about how you write your wish down. And this is also where we get to know, apparently, I don't know the bigger meaning behind it or what's going on, but this kid apparently doesn't lives with her mother, or he wants to like meet her mother or something like that. And I'm assuming he also wrote down something about her mother on the mask. Also, when the mask is burned, they put a flaming arrow in it, and a few of the masks like fall down into the water. So the ones that fall out in the water and just gets extinguished, they don't get the wish doesn't come true because they don't burn out completely. So you would wish for your mask to be there and completely burn out if you want your wish to be fulfilled. Okay. The ungranted wish sink to the bottom to feed the next harvest. Yeah, I feel like there's some double meaning behind this. I think she's talking about her situation or some other situation that is going on. Maybe it's the situation in this village. Insects never survive the winter, they only leave behind their children. Hmm. Okay. Next, we go to the, like Suire is there. Mama then asks Suire about the resurrection potion, and then she's very excited about it. Obviously, she wants to know. She asks her a lot of questions, and Suire is like, fine, I'll tell you. And she also kind of says that thorn apple is not needed because they use it in the foreign recipe for extending the near death state. Yeah, so that they can easily be enslaved after they come back to life. That is crazy. And that's what it was originally for, and that's why her own arm is like, I was able to get away with this, but if you fail, you lose your memory. A lot more room for improvement before trying this on human. But Mama's like, oh, test it on me. Yeah, so that's what the experiment they do on the rats, I guess. Um, anyway, so Mama was like, I have a lot of questions for Shisui, like, why am I here? What's the end goal? This and that. But anyways, next we get to see. She gave her a lot of books. Shisui's not Shisui, sorry. Um, Suide left after that, giving her the books. Mama was just reading the books, and then Shisui's like tying her hair up, kind of dressing her up as well, and the kid was like, she's like Lady Shenmei, and she's like Shenmei. Okay, so this is also where she says like, where's your hairpin? And like, she brings the hairpin in, and she also gives her one of her hairpins. So there you go. This part. So here, Mama says you're good at this. Yep, I get beaten if I'm too slow. And she's like, beaten? I have to give good massages too, otherwise I get hot water thrown on me. That's why I learned really quickly. And then I was like, oh yeah, maybe she's talking about, the people that she, like in the bath and everything. Mama also thought that. Mama was like, oh yeah, that's scary. You had a terrible master. And she's like, no, not master. It's my mother. And I'm like, so here we go. So I'm guessing, is she talking about a biological mother, that is Shiso's wife? Then why? I don't understand. Like, why mistreat her? She's a biological child, right? Yeah. I genuinely have no idea if that's her biological mother she's talking about, or if this is the other mother that she's talking about. Like I said, I'm thinking Shenmei is supposed to be Suire's mother. I might be completely wrong, but let's wait. I think we'll get all our answers next in the upcoming 1 or 2 episodes. I'll just keep in mind that this whole thing, like like how Shisui said that she gets mistreated. Yeah, you know what? I think she's talking about Shenmei because she says, "Yeah, I don't want you to get in trouble, Mama. So stay put, okay?" So all of these people are like, most of them are like under Shenmei's control, and if yeah, I think she was by mother she meant Shenmei. I think because when the kid saw her like fixing Mama's dress, the kid also said, "Oh, that's like Shenmei." So I'm assuming this means that Shisui used to do the same to Shenmei as well, kind of like fix her dress and everything. And she also says, "I get beaten if I am slow with it and everything." So she's not talking about her biological. She's talking about, or wait a minute, maybe Shenmei is their biological. Okay, you know what? Let's wait. I think I'm just making this even more confusing. Let's just wait. That Shenmei might actually be Shisho's wife. I was thinking about, like, the comment in the previous video, and I was thinking maybe this is the other lady that Shenmei, like, like Shenmei is the other lady that Shisho had a kid with, and that is supposed to be sweet. No, wait. Yeah, because like I said, I was under the impression that Taiho's daughter is Suire. But then, like I said, in the comment, it was told to me that Taiho's daughter is not Suire. Taiho's daughter who was not accepted, her daughter is Suire. Which would make sense with a time gap, I guess. Um, but then, Shenmei, that would mean that person in the middle is Shenmei. But now I'm thinking maybe Shenmei is Shisho's wife? Like official wife, maybe? I don't know. That's why we Shisui calls her mother. Yeah, you know what? Let us wait. Let us wait for next episode. I think everything will be revealed there. Um, Now after that, she leaves, and then this is where Mama sees the rice, like paddy. The kid comes in, and the Mama's like, "Oh, can you take me over there?" So they go over there. Mama here deduces that this place is like light prevents growth from this particular patch, and this is where the rat infestations happened. So Mama deduced from that they're probably using the rats as guinea pigs. So they go in. Mama finds everything that she deduced it to be there, with all the medicines and everything. And they also figure out that they're also making the Feifas over here, which Mama didn't anticipate. Mama couldn't deduce that. She was surprised as well. And this is where Shenmei comes in, and the envoy also comes in, and they get exposed over here. and that's where it ended. So yeah, let's wait and see. The whole situation with Shenmei and everything is still a little bit confusing, but I feel like everything will make sense as we keep watching in the upcoming 1 or 2 episodes. I think everything will make sense. So let's see. So that is it. That was my reaction to episode number 19 of Apothecary Diaries season 2. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And that is it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode of Apothecary Diaries. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.